Alright guys, this is a long play and review for International Rugby Simulator on the Amstrad CPC, released by Codemasters Software in 1988. And this also appeared on the Quattro Skills compilation, which is where I first had the game. Now this is sometimes known as Advanced Rugby Simulator, but only on the EDOS re-release, so I'm not sure why it was renamed. And it's not to be confused by International Rugby by Arctic Computing's 1985 release. So Codemasters have used the same name but tagged the word simulator at the end, as per usual really. They love their name Simulator and chucking it on every game they could possibly do. And yeah, this is actually pretty good, a simulation of rugby. Although according to a lot of people, it's kind of a mix between rugby league and rugby union rules. I'm not a big rugby man myself. I don't pretend to know all the rules and regulations and all that kind of stuff and the differences between the two. I just kind of enjoy playing this one. So I'm not going to be commentating too much on the accuracy of the rules here, but I think it does a pretty decent job. I did have a little read up on the rules and stuff like that, but I felt my brain dribbling out of my ear trying to work it all out. So on the options here, there's different strategies and lineups you can use, which you can flick between within the game by pausing the game and selecting a new strategy. I'm not going to bother doing that. There's the credits there. In Dunlop, Jason Falkus, Neil Adamson, and music by the always excellent David Whittaker. More on them in a little bit. So we're just going to play one match and call it a long play. We're not going to do a full league, that'll be too boring and too long. But nicely presented so far. And it's England versus France. Now I'm in red as England and France is in blue. I don't think the colours change of the teams, it's always red versus blue essentially. Probably wise because there's a nice clear distinction between the two teams of red and blue against the green backdrop of the grass. Nice crowd noise here, and we're pushing forward there. And we're through, and we've got our first try. I love the little jingles and music in between as well. That's a really nice touch. What a try. Can they now pull off the conversion? So now we get a chance of doing a conversion kick. And you can move this arrow. It's always rotating left, clockwise, sorry. And thankfully, if you'd started in the centre of the pitch, you've got the touchdown there, then that arrow is going to be in the centre. And you can move that arrow left and right. If you you can move it right close to the goal if you want to. And there's me taking a long kick. And we get it just past the halfway line there. And now we have a line out. And it follows the rugby rules and stuff, I think pretty good. And there's a lot of things in rugby that they have to implement that perhaps you wouldn't have in a soccer match. For example, line-outs, scrums, and all that, and conversion kicks, and all that kind of stuff. It's all there in the game, and you have to remember that this is a budget game, not a full-price release. So maybe not going for like super accuracy, but it's pretty much all there. And there's one tactic you can use quite a lot in the game. Is that run into the opposition player and hold down the fire button, and they'll panic and try and throw the ball backwards. But if you keep pushing forward, you can perhaps run onto the ball like so, and then it can be quite easy to score a try. And now we've got our second conversion kick. There we go. Move it fairly close. Ooh, might have missed. Nah, easy done. Now, kicking normally in the game is sometimes a little hard to pull off. So there's like a red bar and a yellow bar, and we'll see this very shortly. Hold down the fire button for the red bar. That's your strength of the kick. Release the fire button to get a yellow bar, and then press fire button again to select the direction. So if the yellow bar ends up sort of like halfway down, it will go straight. The ball will go horizontally from left to right. If you start going past that line, it will start directing the ball sort of downwards. Or if you're before the yellow line, then it will be going upwards. So weird kick by the computer there. It didn't have any direction sort of selected and just booted it like vertically out essentially. So on the line out there, you can use the arrow keys to select your player and then move them into position. You can move this guy all the way down there if you really want to. Don't know why the computer is just sort of moving them into the centre of the pitch really. So we're just going to try to take a small line out there and catch them out. What I do like is that the use of the border colours. So if the red team has the ball, then the red border will flash. The blue team's in control, then you get the blue border. That's a very simple but effective way of knowing and letting the player know who's in control of the ball. And that's one unique feature of the Amstrad version of this game, and that works really well. Such a simple little thing to do, but it makes all the difference. Just keep harassing them, pushing forward, pushing forward. Now they've done a touchback where like the defending team touches the ball behind their a try line. I'm not sure if that's an official rugby rule these days. I don't know. As I said, guys, I'm not a rugby person. I'm more of a football, or if you're American, soccer person. But for some reason, I really enjoy this game. I enjoyed it as a kid, and I enjoy playing it now. And I just kind of fancied doing this, featuring this game. We recently featured it on a live stream. We did a live stream of all the Codemasters Simulators games. And I hadn't played this in years. I went for a kick there, and I completely didn't get enough power, too far out. Yeah, so this featured on the live stream, and I hadn't played this in years. And I was like, wow, I remember this. This was really, really good fun. And sort of been meaning to come back and have a look at this. And I thought, well, I don't have a great deal of time this week for a new Longplay review video. And I thought this would be a good, fun, simple one to get done fairly quickly, I'm afraid, guys. But we'll just play one match. I'm not going to do a full league. And that will be my Longplay review video sorted this week. However, I think it's a really good game, and I think it needs a bit of attention and some deserving credit. So that's your power meter going down there. So I'm kicking it slightly upwards. Oh, it's just gone over their try line. So it looks like if they get there first, they're just going to do that touchback thingy. Which, yeah, it looks like we are. Which I've never heard that phrase before. I used to play rugby years ago at school and stuff like that. Is it called touchback? Never heard that phrase really been used. Oh, and I left the yellow bar going down for too long. Never mind. So yeah, just press hold down the fire button to get your power up. That's the red bar going down. The furthest down it goes is maximum power, but don't hold it down for too long because you'll just end up blasting it out in a horizontal direction. Release and then wait for the yellow bar to come down to get your direction, and press fire button again. Oh, are we through? Oh, look at the computer players there. They're struggling to decide which one's going to go after him. They're stuck in a bit of a loop there. The bottom player, then the top player moves in. No. Oh dear. Okay, that was a bit of AI fail there. The AI in the game isn't like perfect, but I would expect it to be on an 8-bit home computer. It's actually pretty decent. The computer will you know, they will score tries, they will tackle you. There's not too much daft stuff going on. They'll even kick for goals sometimes and even score them. And they will score tries. I think even in this match, on this long play, I think they actually end up scoring a try at some point. No, I've just done a touchback. I don't think I meant to, actually. Anyway. And off we go again. So yeah, let's talk about the people behind the game. We mentioned them briefly. You can see the credits on the menu screen. Programming by In Dunlop. I can't really find anything more about this guy from various websites for Amstrad releases and stuff. It only has him listed as doing this one game, sadly, on the Amstrad at least. So maybe he's only Amstrad game. That's a shame, because it's actually a very decent effort. Graphics by Jason Falkus and Neil Adamson. Now, Jason Falkus, we featured recently on my YouTube channel with a long-playing review of his game Pro Powerboat Simulator, which he actually programmed and did graphics for, not just like graphics like on this game. So, Jason Falkus, he went on to form Optimus after this game, I think, that developed a load of games mostly for Codemasters. And more recently, he joined a mobile phone development company, mobile phone gaming development company, Quali, which was set up by David Darling, co-founder of Codemasters. And I believe he's the chief operating officer there, from what I read. But before that, he's also worked with Sony, Capcom, Take-Two, Bethesda, Team 17 and Atari. So he's had quite a successful and varied career in the gaming industry. So well done, Jason Falkus. And it all started on the Amstrad CPC. So good stuff. Neil Adamson, the other graphics guy in the game. I'm sure you've seen his name before, guys. Probably on many Codemasters and Mastertronic games as an artist. For example, we went to the Oliver Twins a few times on Codemasters games like Treasure Island and Fancy Wheel Dizzy, probably his most famous ones, maybe. Operation Gunship as well for the Oliver Twins on a Codemasters release. He also worked on some bigger games like Manchester United in Europe and Escape from the Planet of the Robot Monsters. And he appears to be still working today in the gaming industry. So again, fantastic that someone who started on the humble Amstrad still has had a successful career in the industry and carries on today. And of course, we've already mentioned David Whittaker and the excellent music. I mean, he's probably the most prolific and consistently excellent musician on the Amstrad. Oh, can we get the... Oh, we got the kick there! Look at that. What a superb kick. England 24, France 0, and 1 second before half-time as well. Weirdly, we didn't get a jingle of music there. And nor do we get that on the half-time thing either. So there we go. And we'll start off with a long kick right down the middle of the pitch. Crowd noises are okay if not too annoying. They can be, because it's just a load of white noise basically. And the crowd noise is continuing here, even though we're not attacking a goal. Sorry, the try line. Oops. And if you look at the crowd at the top there, they start getting excited at points. See, they're thinking that there might be a bit of an attack here. They're jumping up and down. Oh, not sure what happened there, why that actually went out of touch, but maybe my player was just off the line there, maybe. Okay, in terms of a review in an Amstrad magazine, well, I looked for the Amstrad Action Review and I couldn't find one. I literally searched through all the issues of 1988 and also 1989 before it's released on the Quattro Skills compilation, but nothing. It's amazing to me, actually, how many games Amstrad Action didn't bother to review at the time, especially on budget. Sadly ironic, maybe a year or two later they were struggling to find games to review. Oh, got a scrum right near their try line. You saw the crowd getting excited there. That's nice, there's a little crowd effect there as well. And they get excited as you get closer to the try line. Again, another nice touch. Okay, waggle the joystick. Oh, Screw that up a little bit. See if we can kick for goal. Might have just missed. Yeah, just missed it. Oh, unlucky. I think normally in rugby, if it goes out of play like behind the try line or whatever, out the back, you don't get a line out right there. I'm sure that doesn't happen. I may be wrong though. Again, guys, I don't know my rugby rules at all, really. Ooh, crowd's getting excited. There they go. Can we get the try? Oh, can we get around him? Didn't quite get there. Ooh. Sometimes it's awkward selecting between players, but it generally works okay. I didn't want to lose the ball there. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, the pushing's back now. The crowd's gone quiet. Oh dear. Oh no! Could he be through? We just managed to catch him. Oh, he's going for the kick. Oh, he's kicked it right to me. Fantastic. I'll try myself. Right, yeah. Now, if I remember as well, guys, if you kick it straight out without bouncing, the line out will be taken from the direction. Sorry, the line of where the kicker kicked the ball. Oh yes, if you pause, you can actually choose between the different strategies there. But on this game, anyways, we're talking about the line out there. If you kick it and it doesn't bounce, it just where it goes out of play is where the line out is. I don't think that's in real rugby. I think if it doesn't hit the floor and bounce out, then the line out gets taken from in line of where the kick was taken. I think, is that right? I don't know. I'm not a rugby guy, but I did used to play at school. Can we force the ball through? Oh, God, we were through there. I didn't think I'd get it there, so I was already moving back. Oh, have we got a gap to run through here? We might have. Yeah, we're through. So, yeah, that was pretty easy there. What a try. 29-0. Woof. If only every England versus France match was like that. Oh, no, I think I've screwed it. Ah, never mind. So, other versions of the game. Oh, the different jingle of music there where you miss. Right. Other versions on the 8-bit computers. Specky version. Right, let's talk about the Specky. Actually plays a lot faster. It doesn't have as good graphics. There's no music from the version I played, and very limited sound effects. But the design is very similar to the CPC version. Computer seems to maybe have a bit better AI. It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, that can't be legal, can it? That can't be a legal move. It was well ahead when the kick took place. Well, there we go. It looks like France are about to score a try. Yikes. And the crowd goes wild. With the Specky version playing faster, though, I don't think it means it plays better. I think how the speed of the Amstrad version is kind of like perfectly suited to the size of the pitch and the size of the players. They didn't score that, did they? Like a missed. Oh well. The Specky version seems a lot more chaotic, and you're just rapidly kicking it and throwing it about the place and hoping it works. I think I think the slightly slower pace of the Amstrad version actually works a lot better. Maybe the Amstrad version could have played a lot faster and it was slowed down. I don't know. But I think the Specky version actually plays just a little bit too fast, and not giving you enough time to assess your options and be a bit more tactical, like it's kind of supposed to be in rugby. But there you go, that's just my thoughts. I still think it's a decent conversion. The Commodore 64 version, it has music on the title screen, just like the same melody and tune as the Amstrad version, but it's on the famous SID chip. It actually plays a little bit slower. It's hard to kind of decide which one sounds better, really, because David Whittaker always made the AY chip sound really, really good. Maybe I have a slight preference for the Amstrad version of the music, but is that just bias? I don't know. Graphics are pretty awful on the Commodore 64 version. The sprite movement is awkward, and it has some very weird, not very good sort of push scrolling. The Amstrad and Specky versions are kind of always scrolling when the action moves. But it has, the Commodore 64 version has like the push scrolling like what the Amstrad version of Ghosts and Goblins has. So I don't know why they went with that. But it has nice crowd sound effects. But overall, I think it's actually the worst of the 8-bit versions. This game also arrived on the 16-bit computers as well. The Atari ST got a version. I've not played it, but I've seen a video. It looks fairly decent actually, especially for a budget game. Seems to be okay and has decent presentation and identical music to the Amstrad version too. Alright, I bet we haven't got much time left in this match. How long's left? 26 seconds with England 29 and France 7. So there we go. As for my review score of this, I love the graphics. I love the sound effects, the music, the presentation. I think it's a really, really fun, simple rugby game. But even a simple rugby game, there's a lot of complex things for a programmer to sort out, like line-outs and scrums and conversion kicks and tries and all that. I think this is a really, really excellent rugby game. If I'm honest, I haven't played any of the rugby games on the Amstrad. I know there was a full-price one from, I think, Audiogenic. Was that World Class Rugby? Can't remember. I can't tell you if it's any better or worse than that, but what I can tell you is, as a sort of I wouldn't say I'm a non-rugby fan. I'll watch an England match if it's on, if I've got nothing else to do. But from that, sort of a non-rugby fan, more of a soccer fan, I really enjoyed this. That's hence why I wanted to do this. Oh, we're going to get a try here. Oh, the final whistle has blown. That's harsh. Yikes. So, never mind. But we completely thrashed France there. So there's a final review score. I think I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. There you go. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. More long playing reviews hopefully every Monday, and live streams every Friday. Alright, take care. Goodbye.
So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please click a like below, leave a comment, and also subscribe if you haven't already. And over that way, there's another video for you to check out. Zypho, out.